If you're looking to become a content creator and build a digital business, then I had to make this video because if you ever need like inspiration or if you're looking for clarity on exactly like what it is you want to do and how you want to approach it in the future, then I think this is the exact video that you can save and rewatch over and over. If you don't know me, I'm Logan Lesser. I've won over 15 state motocross championships and an amateur national championship. I'm an extreme sports athlete, and over the past 6 years, I fielded over 7 different businesses, built a marketing agency to $30K a month, and spent over $30,000 learning from the best in business, personal branding, fitness, and mindset. I've lived and worked from London, Bali, and Cape Town. Now I'm sharing everything I've learned and continue to learn here on YouTube and even deeper inside my free newsletter. If you want to join, link is in the description below. All right, so basically, usually I don't remember my dreams, but this is one of the very rare scenarios that I actually did because it was so vivid and it was so like exciting. It was one of those dreams where I was just like loving it because it was exactly what my vision for the future looks like and why I'm building my personal brand and doing everything that I'm doing and building my digital business. So jumping right into it, basically I was in Bali, hanging out with a bunch of my close buddies, and basically none of them I actually knew. Like in the dream, none of them were people I already know. Like these are new friends that I will have made in the future. And basically we're all hanging out in Bali. We're having a delicious lunch on the beach with the ocean waves crashing in and everything, which I love the ocean. The ocean is my favorite. Like I love just looking at it. Like I'm an ocean guy, 100%. But basically we're all sitting there, we've got our shirts off because it's Bali, it's hot, it's humid, and we're all just ripped and tan as fuck. So we all look aesthetic and like really good. So a bunch of just super masculine, like badass dudes who are in shape. All of us are building our own online digital businesses of some sort. So like we're all talking, having conversations about like, here's what I'm doing, here's what I'm doing, here's the money I made last month. How much have you made this month? Awesome, bro. Like just a really solid group of people, conversation and everything. And we had just gotten back from hitting a sweet gym workout. So now we're just eating a delicious lunch. I myself had I was eating a filet, like a steak filet cooked medium and whatever sauce and everything they put on. I've got my French fries as a side and I'm eating it, you know, just having a look at the ocean. Like you could tell this dream was vivid. But then basically I'm recording and everything. I'm recording what's going on. These guys are also recording because they've got their personal brands as well. So I've also got my videographer there who's in this dream, like he's a close buddy of mine. We vibe together, we're having a good time, all this stuff. And he's videoing everything, all the interactions, the conversations, the environment, you know, all of that. And basically me and my videographer, we both take this video while we're sitting here eating lunch and everything. Like I just hop on my phone, I take these videos that I just recorded, the ones I got at the gym right before this, all this stuff, and I upload it into the cloud folder or drive that basically my personal media company team, which by the way, none of this has been built yet. Like I don't even have a team yet. My personal media company doesn't exist yet. This is my vision for where I'm headed and what I'm working on. So I upload it into the cloud folder and everything that my team has access to. And then basically they will go in and sort through all of this raw footage and basically put together my social media content, including like my posts that are in the form of like vlogs and everything for Instagram and stuff and even YouTube. They'll put that together. They'll take some little snippets of something I said at lunch or something that even somebody else said, or I asked a question to them and they answered, like whatever might be kind of valuable and stuff. And they'll clip it together and put together my social media posts. Now another person or part of my team will then take those and actually schedule them and publish them on social media, like on Instagram, on YouTube, and everywhere in between. And all of that is basically happening on autopilot without my input. The only thing that I had to do was record the content by just like living my life and turning the camera on while doing it, and then upload all of that. My team takes care of the rest. And then as they publish that content, that is growing my audience on autopilot in the background without my input. So it's growing my personal brand and my audience, which is then bringing more people to my offers online, such as my online community, my digital products, maybe I have courses at the time or a live cohort or whatever it is. And basically that's driving more people there and bringing in sales, all of which on autopilot while I'm sitting there having lunch with my buddies in Bali. So basically that's happening. That's all on autopilot and stuff. And then after that, we all plan on going surfing together at sunset, and just having a good time. And then maybe going to like Finn's Beach Club after that or something, which all of which is going to be content that I'm going to be posting, which will grow my audience. So everything I'm doing, and the more I live my lifestyle and enjoy my lifestyle, as long as I'm getting it on video, my videographer is getting it on video, all of this will be used for social media content, which will grow my audience and drive more people to my offers, which will make me more money. So that was basically the first version of the dream. Now, I actually had an alternate version of the dream, which was my non-ideal scenario. And a very similar, I'm still in Bali and everything, but that first one is like my dream vision and what I'm working towards and where I'll be in the next like 2 to 4 years. Now, maybe sooner, I don't know, hopefully. But I know I'm gonna get there though. Like that's where I'm headed 100%. Like this is what I want. After the last 6 years, I know for a fact this is what I want, and it's what I've wanted for a long time. I just finally have the clarity on how I'm gonna do it. So the second version of the dream, the alternate version, we're the same scenario. We're in Bali, we're having lunch with our buddies, you know, we're having a good time, looking at the ocean, all that stuff, eating our steak. But all of a sudden I get a notification on my phone. It's a Google Calendar notification. And basically, just making sure, okay. I recorded this video already, but my mic wasn't on, so I have to re-record it. So I'm just like double checking. But anyway, so I get a notification on my phone, and it's a Google Calendar notification. And it basically is saying, I have an appointment in 10 minutes. And I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna be late to this appointment. Shoot. So I have to abruptly leave my buddies, and I hadn't even finished my meal yet and everything, but I have to leave my buddies, I have to hop on my moped and race back to my villa so I can make this appointment. I'm setting up my computer, setting everything up, getting all ready to go, reviewing my script real quick, and just getting ready. And then basically I join the appointment a couple minutes late, and they haven't showed up yet. 5 minutes go by, still haven't showed up yet. I give them a call, they don't answer, I'm still waiting. 10 minutes goes by, they still don't show up yet. 15 minutes goes by, they didn't show up. They never showed up. I raced back there, left my buddies and everything to go to an appointment that didn't show up. Now, from that point, basically in this like scenario and dream, I'm doing remote sales. So the only way for me to make money is by making calls and trying to close deals. So I'm basically back in my villa, that appointment didn't show up. So now I'm like, okay, well now I need to make dials and I need to make calls in order to close deals and make the money that allows me to live here and do this. But making those calls is dreadful, and it's just soul sucking. It's not what I enjoy doing at all. I'm waiting there for somebody to pick up, and then when they do, 9 times out of 10, they're not interested and they hang up on me, or they're disrespectful and all that sort of stuff. So it's just dreadful. And then the whole time I'm just feeling left out, because I'm like, man, I know my buddies were going surfing and they were gonna go do this and go do that. And I'm not able to do that because I'm sitting here on appointments and making calls and everything. So even though I'm in Bali, I'm doing something that I hate doing. So that was the alternate version. Now there was another version as well, slightly different than that, where basically instead of dialing and making calls, I was still running like a digital business, but it required me to show up to calls at specific times, where I have like sales calls booked to sell whatever my offer is, and then I've got client calls and I've got community calls and whatever. So regardless of what I'm doing, if I'm out with my buddies at lunch, or I'm at the gym, or we're about to go surfing, but then I'm like, oh shit, I've got an appointment in 15 minutes, so I'm not gonna be able to go with you guys. Like whatever it is, it's tying me down where I have to show up at certain times, which is what I absolutely do not want. So those were the 2 versions of the dream. Obviously the first one is the one that I actually want and everything, and that I'm super excited about, and that's like my vision and what I'm working towards in order to get to. And then the second version is what I don't want. And what's funny is I've already experienced that second version. Like I kind of experienced it here in Cape Town, which is where I am now, where I was doing remote sales, which I just pivoted out of that, and I'm not doing that anymore, because after doing it for a little while, like I sold quite a bit of deals in the small finite period that I did it, but I still was like, no, this is not for me. Like it's just, for me, it's very draining and soul sucking, and it's not in alignment with who I am, my personality, what I enjoy, my skills, and where I'm headed. So I was like, nope, I'm pivoting, I'm doing something else. So part of which is going all in on my content and building my personal brand, digital business, all of that. But anyway, that's that's for another video. But basically I experienced what it's like to be doing that, where it's like remote sales and I have appointments I have to show up to. And there was a few days where I had to skip gym because I had an appointment, and my other stuff I was working on with my social media and everything went a little long. So then I couldn't go to gym at that point. So I was like, ah shit, well I have this appointment. And most of the time they didn't show up. And then I'm making calls all day. And even though I'm in Cape Town, I've got this great view, it was still miserable. I still didn't like it. So I was like, okay, I definitely don't wanna be doing this. And then previous times I was in Cape Town, I was running my marketing agency, which was that alternate version of that dream, where basically I had sales calls booked in, I had client calls I had to take, and most of the work I didn't enjoy. Now, something I'll also add in here, which it's something I saw recently in an Instagram post, and it's some successful CEO who said it, I can't remember who it is, but he was like, the purpose or goal in life is to be excited to go to work and be excited to come home. I'm gonna say that again. The purpose of life is to be excited to go to work and excited to come home. When I heard him say that, I was like, oh, that makes perfect sense. And it clicked for me, because I was like, man, that makes perfect sense. Because, you know, most people are, you know, I'm not trying to like preach or anything here. This is just like general knowledge. Like, a lot of people around the world don't love what they do for work. So they kind of dread going to work. They dread Mondays. But then a lot of people also don't have the best home life. You know, maybe they fight with the wife or the kids or whatever. So they're not always excited to come home either. You know, so the goal is to be excited to go to work and love what you do, and excited to come home. And for me, I love making content. Like right now I'm in flow, I'm in the zone. You know, like I already recorded this video and the first version was 13 minutes long and the mic didn't work. And I was like, shit, okay, well, I'm still gonna record it again because I think it's worth making. And I don't know, maybe it'll inspire you or give you clarity towards what you want. If you want the same thing as me and maybe my dream I had really resonates with you and you're like, oh man, that's exactly what I want. You know, like maybe it'll be you and me who are in, maybe you comment below and you're like, holy shit, like that's exactly what I want as well. And maybe you and me are the ones who are hanging out in Bali, having lunch together, talking about our personal brand and digital business that we created and the money we're making and all this stuff we're doing. We go surfing afterwards. I don't freaking know. Some of the best relationships and friendships that I've made have been online. So like one of my best friends I met on Instagram who lived in South Africa at the time, and I ended up flying to meet up with him. We built a business together, which was our marketing agency. We did really well, and now we're still really good friends. I was living with him here in Cape Town not even a month ago. So we've known each other for like 6 years now. So yeah, most of my friendships have been made online, which is interesting. But anyway, that's beside the point. So overall though, basically when it comes to being excited to go to work, being excited to come home, that first version of the dream is exactly that. Because basically I love the work I'm doing, which is making content, making videos, building my personal brand, building a digital business, selling an online community, digital products, maybe courses, a live cohort, whatever it may be, that is around something that I love, which is being a content creator and building a digital business and everything, and is actually valuable and is something I am excited to work on, which I am. Like, it's what gets me in the zone, gets me in flow, all those sorts of things. So yeah, that dream was just a really good representation of like me living the life that I really want and like living out my vision. Because I've been in Bali before. Like I was there last year for a few weeks and it was really cool, but it wasn't as cool as what was in that dream, because that dream I was in full alignment with everything. Whereas when I was in Bali, I wasn't in alignment with the work part of things. I was enjoying Bali, but in terms of the work and stuff, I was not really in alignment. You know, so anyway, I'll leave the video with that. The lighting is probably terrible, so if you watched until this point, I appreciate it because it probably looks really shit. It just got dark out. The lighting for the first version of this was much better. But anyway, if you are an aspiring creator and you want to get started as a content creator and posting online and building your personal brand, check out that first link in the description below to my community, Alpha Creator, and become an alpha creator by joining that. So it's really cool what we're putting together. So I'm super, super excited about it. So definitely check that out. But anyway, with that being said, I'll see you in the next video. Peace. And now let's pray that the mic actually worked this time.